question that is easy to answer if you have something. I stayed for 2 months in Muntinlupa City as the COVID-19 raises the numbers of infected. There was a time when I was walking to the neighborhood where poverty is apparent. Houses made of tarpaulin serving as roof and walls of the same materials. The struggle of the less fortunate is real. Rubbish laid in the front yard is untouched, a common sight for a modern and civilized community. This pandemic scraped the resources of every individual, the rich and the poor, the blue-collar jobs, and the business tycoons. No one is exempted. It came to my mind that the people working in the government are more secured, so as the individuals who are able to save resources for the remaining months of lockdown, and probably the emergence of new normal. As I ponder about my definition of blessing and compare it to the vanities of a number of people on Facebook, both working in the government and the jobless are aching to this new normal. I walked again the neighborhood to see the new normal. After 3 weeks of my stay in this strange village, there was a different ambience. People are more relaxed, and it seems like there's no threat of the virus in the country. The government is now giving relief goods to the families that will last for a few days. At least there's hope for them, for now. God didn't abandon His children, I remember. I searched my Bible for the verse about blessings. It is in Matthew 5 verse 3. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. The way that I define the blessing is not the perspective of God. It is more subjective. Those who work and have savings are completely saved. But that is not the case, for many rich countries have the highest death toll and still rising as of this moment. But that is not the definition of blessing of God. Oxford Advanced Learner's Dictionary defines it as endowed with divine favor. The Greek word is makarios. This describes a believer as being in an inviolable position for receiving God's provisions or favor. I look into the writings of Paul to the Corinthians in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 8 to 9. It says, "We are pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We got knocked down, but we are not destroyed." Such words of Paul is one of the definitions, if not the absolute meaning, of blessing. He was in an enviable position of God's grace. He personally experienced that kind of persecution where God literally saved him. Suggestive as it is, Paul continued his zeal in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 17. "For our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever." There is a blessing in suffering from the present troubles if we are in Christ. Paul abandoned his religious position to know the one that sits on the throne. He became poor, but not in spirit. He was persecuted, but not crushed. He was killed in his body, but his message today is alive and an inspiration to the Christian world. And as for the faithful and the chosen ones waiting for the Christ's second coming, He gave us not a word of blessing, but a promise. I am with you always, even to the end of the age.